Hi guys, that's me, and today I just wanted to show you some infinity terrain I've been working on. So I said I was going to make some terrain, and I was hoping to make it portable. Well, this is what I've come up with. Now, it isn't magnetized as I was going to do, but it does pack down really small, but I'll just talk you through it first. So as a little side, I may as well start off with these. I've made some little planters. Of course that'll be almost based inside there, so it won't be the foam that you can see there. But these are just some aquarium plants that I've chopped up, and I mean, once I've got some detailing, some futuristic detailing on the sides here, I think that'll look really nice. I mean, it certainly looks quite nice next to the models. If I stick them like that, can't really see that, but it's just enough to give partial cover, as you can see. So I've got a couple of those, really easy to make, just some Plasticard slapped together, some foam inside, and then the aquarium plants. So this is where it gets a bit complicated. Now, I haven't made these bits particularly well because I've made them straight, as you can see. With future ones I'm going to add a bit more detail to the actual shape of these. But what we've got essentially is a modular system. So I've got that one there, and there's another one here. And just to show you how it comes apart, well, first off, this comes out. So this is the roof. Again, there's going to be some detailing on this. Basically thinner card cut into shapes and then stuck on the top. Essentially that's basically what's going to make the detailing there. And then you have this basic structure here, and what you've got is something which pulls apart like this. So what you end up with is two end bits that have these corner bits that these flat edges slide into. See if I can get this on camera. So that goes like that, and then that just slides in when it feels like it. That one's not behaving itself. These are just a prototype, so it will look better. There we go. So that sticks in a bit better. There's some refining work to do, as you can see. There's a small gap there. And that's basically the way it goes together. So what you can end up with is you can use these parts. These can be any length you like, so I can make a building which is a lot longer, which will just have two of these end pieces on either end. So if I just push that together, there we go. That can be double-sided, so you can have a door on the one side and a window on the other. So that works quite well. What we've also got is a way of adding some walls, because of course if I turn it this way, the edge of the building here doesn't really afford any protection for the model that's standing on its roof. And anyone who plays Infinity knows that to get cover you have to basically be against the piece that you're trying to gain the cover from. So in this instance, in order to gain cover from this little lip here, you would have to be in base contact with it. The problem with that is that this tier doesn't afford any protection whatsoever. It basically has to be above the knees, and this quite clearly isn't, as you can see there. Oh. Right, so what I've done is I've made these edge bits here, and they just slide off like that. What you've got is a system where it'll basically slide on, and it's the same for all these corners. So I've got 4 of them, so I can make all 4 sides. And what they do as well is they keep the roof on from falling off. And I've also got this staircase. And the staircase works beautifully for minis. So you've got one there. Each step works, even if you put them side on, so there's a leg in the way. They work all the way down. And then this, in the same way as the edges of the roof stick on, exactly the same principle. You can see there's a small gap, and that just slides on, so you can have it, and you get it to go on, you can have it there, or you can have it protruding from the front of the building like that. Any configuration you like, really. All that I've got to do really is build a small shorter wall piece here which will fill the gap between where the stairs are and the well, just make the building more whole. And that's just again made up of Plasticard. That's the biggest component of all of it, because as you'll see, the whole thing collapses down really small. So you've got very sturdy as well. I can lob them around if I want to. So the whole of this building, including all four sides, is that. That's the whole thing. And of course, adding detail to these panels isn't going to increase the size of that at all. You can stick that in a bag. In fact, I have. I stuck that in just a plastic bag, took it around to mates, and we had a game on it, and it worked really well. It's surprising how robust these things are. And then again, if you want to add the second building to it, it's literally just that. So that is two buildings there. Fits nicely in a bag. And then the staircase. The staircase, is, as I say, is the bulkiest thing on there, but it's not too bulky. As you can see there. And it's nice and sturdy as well. It's not going to break. So you don't need to worry about it snapping if you just want to bung it into a bag. And that's the thing I love about Infinity, is the fact that you've got such small armies that you can carry them around in a small bag. In fact, the boxes that come with them, if you've seen one of my other videos, I've shown you how I can use them as a pretty nifty carry case. And the last thing you want is to have to try and carry pieces of terrain around that don't collapse. So there we go, that's two buildings, one staircase, and I'm also going to incorporate a bridge system into that. And then the plants pop out the top and they fit fairly easily. Another cool feature which I've managed to do for these, if I just quickly put one back together, excuse the noise, so I'm bashing all this Plasticard around. So we've got that, and that goes in there, that goes there, right. So there we've got one of our buildings. The gaps that you can see there, it's not a perfect fit, but the walls do or rather the wall edges do a great job of filling that gap. As you can see there, that's one, and that's another. But one really good thing that these wall pieces afford is, what you can do is, instead of just having one of these notches, you can have a second notch on the other side, which I'm going to work up soon, with a small bit in the middle connecting the two together. And then you could just stack them, so you would have these would slide on like that, and then the second building that you've built would just slot right on top of that, and you'd have a two-story building. And again, because you can rotate these side pieces to have either a door or a window, you can essentially make it so that the second floor doesn't have any doors. Really simple. I absolutely love it. I'm really chuffed with the way these have come out, to be honest. Really didn't think they would be this usable. I mean, without magnets I wasn't expecting it to be sturdy at all, to be honest, but it really is. There's a bit of flex in there, so which I need to fix with putting some supports in the middle or the sides of the edges, but the whole thing is brilliant, really sturdy. And that was it really. Sorry, I've rambled on a fair bit about this, but I've done quite a bit to it in the last few days. Love to hear any suggestions that you guys have got for making any improvements to this, any suggestions on how I can go forwards with it. I mean, I'm obviously going to be making a bridge. That's going to be a bit of a task because I need to make it sturdy in the middle, depending on how long I go with it. And then also there's the detailing, which is going to be a bit of a task, and I've only got two buildings so far, so I need to build a lot more of these. But I've really enjoyed building just these two, and it's only taken a couple of hours in the past few nights. Just a blade, a ruler, and a pen, and that's it really. Just some plastic glue, and you're good to go. But yeah, so let me know what you think, and I'm really keen to hear back from anyone who plays Infinity for any suggestions to rules, which might make these better to play with. And that's it. So stay well, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.